Hey YouTube, Jay Green 302. I guess the most appropriate title for this is going to be Library 2. It's about the books, but there's some concept ideas here that are actually the leading force in this. Let's talk about this for a second. In probably almost all cases, we all have heard to pick up this. So I'm not going to talk about it. Needless to say that you better have that book. That one is a nice one to have, if nothing else. Another one that I found actually far more interesting and is a lot more suited to me because of the way I think. Reliability, surviving, planning, the ideas, the value of ideas is far more important to me than gear. If I've got a cup and you've got a cup and we trade cups, we both have a cup. If I've got an idea and you've got an idea, we now have two ideas. Starting to see my point? So, the next one I got was this one. And this, wrong book. This one was to give me ideas on the bug out issues and to get further educated on when to bug out, why to bug out, the issues of bugging out, what the arguments are for it. Because I've got a nuclear plant next to me, yeah. I've got a military facility next to me, yeah. I've got the refining facility for everything east of the Mississippi, yeah. I've got some strategic targets next to me. There are reasons I might have to bug out. So that is always in the back of my mind. Yeah. Anything that gives me ideas, I'm reading and paying attention to. That's more than 10 minutes, folks. Take some time and read. Here's the one that I was talking about. I like this one. Notice I got bookmarks on it, too. I've thumbed through this one. Cody Lundgren. You know, the guy that's on Dual Survival. He's a bit of a tree-hugging hippie, just like the guy says, the other guy. And, you know, I know his name, actually. I watched almost everything he puts out in video form for his Pathfinder school. And, funny, I can remember his wife's name's Iris, and I can't remember who he is. Oh, well. Cody's makes some very good points in there. He keeps reiterating the fact that your body temperature had better stay at 98 degrees or you're in trouble. And that's true. Don't get too cold, don't get too hot. He keeps coming back to the focus, wants and needs. He is a minimalist. He's refined things down to what is essential to continue breathing and to continue functioning and to conserve and utilize the resources around you effectively. Those concepts are absolutely dead on right. Everything else is a convenience. And he reinforces it throughout the book. I really like how he accentuates the key points, because I keep coming back to my gear has to be reliable. He does the same thing on the basics of what is real. So there you go. Here's another one. I think we all know about this one. These are good. I don't have the book because I got the audio book, but William Forsythe, 1 Second After, about an EMP blast. Things like this that walk you through what this stuff looks like is going to charge your mind with a lot of ideas that you weren't thinking about. And these are good because they give it to you in a story. It's not like reading some stereo instruction manual. These are half entertainment, half scare the hell out of you. Half, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. These are great for getting your mind thinking about what are the issues you're going to be dealing with. Okay. So, some of the things that you need to think about. And here's one that I have not seen anybody talk about. What if you survive? Has anybody thought about that? What if you survive, the shit hits the fan? What if 60 or 70% of the population dies and you are the survivors? What then? Who died? Was it all the scientists? Was it all the farmers? Was it all the Amish? Was it all the doctors? We don't know. We're not going to know. Yeah. I got me a reference manual on how to do homesteading back like in the 1900s or 1800s, back when they were giving away plots if you could stake it out. Yes. Guess what else I don't know? Seed to seed. How do I do crop rotation over 5 years? How many times can I plant corn before I have to plant something else? When do I plant corn? When do I plant onions? What kind of things do I need to think about when I plant these things? And then how do I get next year's seeds? I'm not a farmer, folks. I work in the IT field. I have HD TV and I have a thermostat on the wall for control. And I go work on a horse farm, but no, we don't grow, we don't know these things. I don't have the time to go learn how to do all this. What I do have is a book that I'll make sure I'll have with me. Some of these will stay with me because this is how I'm going to survive. There are more. I pulled those out just as a... Here's my point. If you survive, how do you rebuild and reestablish society? We don't know to what degree it's going to get taken down. We don't know how many people are going to get taken out. There will not be 30,000 people working on an assembly line at GM cranking out cars. There won't be anything like what we had before the breakdown. Things are going to go back. And you need to make sure that should you survive, you bring with you a library of knowledge that will allow you and the people and the kids and to have a chance to keep going. Key things to think about. Have a piece of your future with you in case you survive. Surviving and having nothing, or surviving and having a chance, if it's just 1 or 2 books and, unless you're trying to make it out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, you probably got the space. Because the canned foods are going to run out, folks. So at some point you're going to become hunters and farmers again. Unless you find a supply, where are you going to have ammo in 2 years? Unless you find us a big supply, you're going to be hunting with bows and arrows. Because there's going to be no more ammo. You can't assume that you can continue hunting with a rifle 3 years from now if you survive. We just don't know. Maybe too far, because if we collapse but Russia keeps going and China keeps going and Italy keeps going and Spain keeps going, well, I don't know. That's the problem. So when in doubt, I'm going to kind of cover my ass, and I just thought I'd bring this up. Did you plan enough? I don't know how. I don't have to memorize these whole books. I just have to remember where they're at. And if I need that information and I have it at my disposal, then I have that information. Just thought that'd be a good tip.